Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. Now, Deku, Deku went to go see Mr. Stark about a job, and he even went to go see Mr. Stark about a small loan for some money. Now, Deku encountered the Queen Spider, and the Queen, she made things quite apparent. She called Deku the King Spider, and that was definitely somewhat confusing to him. Deku, he talked to her, and he even followed her back to a building, where she used a very good example. She wants to mess with Deku mentally. She's using pheromones to get into his head, and Deku, he's already somewhat dealt with pheromones from Cindy and from Julia. So, he's played this game before, and he's not going to fall for it this time. However, Deku he fought against somebody who was well trained with spider powers. And he saw the difference it made. The person was barely even half his strength, maybe less. Yet, they were still tossing him around. They were still able to outmatch him. And they had spider sense. He didn't. Deku knows that he is underprepared, not ready. And a threat is coming soon. However, she knows who he is. She knows what he does. And she didn't seem like she was going to attack him. She wants his interest. She wants his help. I mean, right now she's not playing games. She's not being lethal, however. So Deku can deal with this. The villain knows who he is, but Kane is on the path. Kane is being Spider-Man. Deku turned the information over to him and gave him a warning. Pheromones, telepathy, and the whole 9 yards. And Kane got ready for that. Meanwhile, Deku is trying to focus on some training. Trying to focus on himself and on Midoriya Industries. Now, Deku, for the last month he's been working on that. However, there's been a bit of a problem. Deku is working a job, he's making a company, and he's doing a bit of more on cancer research and possibly even prevention. He has a device made with a few people. The idea is quite simple. Find a frequency and vibrate at that frequency. Destroy the cells that could cause illness, and hopefully leave the healthy cells intact. Yes, they might be shaken or damaged a little bit, but the body over time will naturally heal those, and even make the new healthy cells for the ones that were destroyed that were previously unhealthy. So, there's that. Now, Deku does currently sit in his office, and he does have a lot going through his mind. He's tried training, tried getting a lot better. I mean, Captain America taught him the basics of boxing, and he thought hand-to-hand combat would be easier with spider sense. He was right, yeah, but he was also wrong. Without it, it's also hard. I mean, reflexes, training like that, being on guard and being ready. His spider sense has been acting up, but lately, he's gotten better. Okay, so Izuku, calm down. Calm down. You got this. Just go in there and be prepared. Be ready. Right. Deku gonna walk into the room, and right now he does stand there in a very well-dressed suit. As Deku, he walked in and began to present his invention, and he even did express to all of them. Him and his team have done quite a lot in the last month. They understand that a ton of people here, they may not be very invested in this idea, but he can assure them. A lot of things can come from this little device right here. Everyone's still going to stare at it. And then you gotta look at it. It looks like it's strange. I mean, two metal handles on the side and an oval like shape? What can it do? It looks bulky. And their main concerns is that it looks like it could be heavy. And Deku just tried to express. Him gonna walk over and pick it up. Actually, this right here is not very heavy. Yes, it does have quite a bit of weight to it, but it's not even supposed to be used by hand. In fact, the idea right now is to have it hanging from a device, and that device will actually be able to help do quite a lot. Now, a woman does gonna raise her hand, and right now, Momo Yaoyorozu just gonna ask a question. She wants to know exactly what the device does do. Yes. Well, I'm glad you asked. The device is quite simple. So far, from research and development, the device can help destroy certain ailments, destroy infections and diseases. That's the hope, at least. At least. Yes, Monsieur Iruzu. We've put the device through parameters, calculations, and simulations. However, proper test trials, they may be a bit more needed, and we've yet to go through with them. It's hard to explain and really say without just saying it flat out, but the device can be used in the body, but the brain it cannot. And that is so far where we are having problems. The device shakes the entire body. And the best way of saying it, it'll make you vibrate at a different frequency for a few seconds. However, it will also have a rapid impact on the cells. It could harm them, shake them, tear some of them, and destroy many. But then again, that is also the plan. Find the exact frequency of the ailment. Find the frequency at which those cells resonate with the rest of the body. Find that small difference, and then rip the cells apart at the microscopic scale. Invasive surgery may not be even needed, and it can cure most things in hopefully the long run. A lot of people are going to start to chatter to each other, and Deku does it await. Him going to express. In fact, they have somebody lined up who is very much curious about the treatment, and he's hoping that things turn out well. So he was hoping to at least hear a few offers on this. The tech has been patented, the tech has been tested, and it can do quite a lot. However, on the lower settings, it can be used for what they are talking about. And on higher settings, they go turn to somebody, as there's a representative from Hammer Industries. You said on higher settings. What could be used for? That's not exactly the concern of this project. But in theory, I'm going to be very blunt with you. You represent Hammer Industries, a weapons manufacturing company. I would rather not have even had you here today. Yet, you allowed me here. Yes, I did, on medical research development. This thing is not a weapon. It's made for medical purposes. Really. But just humor me in theory. What could it do? In theory, it could rip through concrete walls. It can help shatter steel. In theory, it can go through bulletproof glass like a hot knife. Is that what you want to hear me say? Please calm down. I'm just asking questions. If Hammer Industries were to invest in your tech, I'm going to stop you right there. A few people looking at Deku, who brought up his hand, expressing about how he has no interest in his tech being used to take lives. No interest in it being used by a weapons company because they think that they can put it to the best use of their abilities. He does not want to hear an offer from Justin Hammer. In fact, he'd rather be looking towards the other companies. And some people do go to stare to Deku. His company is small, And they've heard rumors that he's already burned through more than three-fourths of the money he's been given. A business loan and investors, people who they know quite a bit. They've done research on him. The Oscorp Scholarship. Oh boy. So it's a tainted little reputation. But then again, bright minds. People who banded together in a month. And someone, they're gonna raise their hand and give an offer. And Deku does a smile because somebody, they don't want a weapon. They want help. Now, Deku, he does like that. And right now, he has to take the offer and leave. Him relieved about his situation. And right now, Deku, he's got to at least focus on that money, give his team some bonuses, and hopefully buy a new location, a new lab. So far, this development can change their lives already. And hopefully, if things do go well and in the long term he does get some money. Okay. Deep breaths, Izuku, deep breaths. You're freaking out a bit. You should probably calm down. Okay. Call Kane and see if he's doing okay. Maybe you should go get back out there, but no. You tried stopping those thugs a few times, but it's worrying. And then there's Madam Web. Okay. Crime has been on the low, but powers have been on the rise. Half the city at this point's infected, isn't it? Okay. No, you're wrong about that. Hospital rooms still aren't at emergency levels. But now you're fine. Go see your mother and just calm down. Let him Deku's mind. And Deku, he is going to call Kane after he does go leave. And Kane, yeah. Him and Ochako do currently sit on top of a building. And the two, they were discussing a few things before Kane had to answer his phone. Now, Deku was walking down the street, and he had the phone up to his ear. So, how things been going? Things are going fine. And how are things with you? It's okay, but listen, is everything alright so far? I mean, you don't need my help? No, so far we're okay. I mean, Jessica's back in town and so's Julia. Really? They haven't contacted me. They know that you're taking a break, and they felt like telling you that they were back was a bit bad. Why is it bad? Because not only is Ben missing, so is Anya. Are you serious? Are people going to stare at Deku? Are you saying you can't fix that? Yeah, in public? Yeah. Okay, so it's not. Okay, I thought it was an immediate problem. It is an immediate problem. I know. They're going to keep walking fast, expressing. If they can't find Anya, then that does put some more concern. But any news on Ben? Anything at all? No. They haven't found Carnage, and they haven't found Ben either. With Anya missing, it's a bit more worrisome. You're telling me? How long has she been gone? I mean, confirmed missing? At most, they're saying about a month and a half. Oh, that's not good. When was her last check-in? They said before she went off on a SHIELD mission. Then Anya was left in New York alone. That's as much as I got. But it also is a bit more concerning. You don't say? I do. Mainly just because, I think I may have ran into somebody who... never mind. What? No, it's nothing. It's just... Madam Web has those enforcers. And it worries me. She's been neutral mainly, but she has been taunting me. How so? She sends this person to deal with me. I fight them, face off against them, but they run off. They they don't pursue or try to kill. That's the main issue. Really. Yeah. So, do you think that you'll be able to save her? Hmm? Uh, not sure. Listen, going forward, the company, they've got a few things to go through. Get done. It's, complicated. Hammer Industries wants to use my device to use it as a weapon, a sonic emitter. It can be used that way. It can, but you just got to amp up the power and change the tune. That's about it. But we're trying to use it to cure and stop ailments, illnesses. I mean, the need for invasive surgery. Right. And how much money did you get for this? So far, we haven't gotten much. But we're going to have to jump through some legal loopholes real quick, and that might take some time. Really? Yeah. Clinical trials, some actual testing, and, well, sadly, they want to see the weapons capability of it. They're trying to get government approved weapon testing done first before medical testing. Yeah. Are you surprised about that? Probably shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. Right. They're going to hang up the phone and text Kane. Ready to walk into the hospital. He's just arrived and he's gonna check on Mom, see how she's doing, and hopefully things from there are okay. And Deku, he does to walk up to the front desk, going to check in and ask about Inko Midoriya. And the woman does this at least look at a few things and pause. Your mother was released to somebody and, well, they're getting her put through private care. Excuse me? Yes. Um, it says here that the other day someone picked up your mother. They wanted to transfer her into some proper care and a private physician. And they got the approval. It says here they're Inko Midoriya's daughter. I'm sorry, what? Yes. Um, I can call someone and figure out exactly what happened here. Would you like me to do so? Yes, please. The person's gonna stand, and Deku is gonna sit there. He doesn't have a sister. I mean, Julia, but no, no. He does not have a sibling. So, who has his mother? The hospital just tried to inform Deku. It was a few, well, days ago, but a woman named Andriana. She came in here and she said that she was Midoriya's sister, or Miss Midoriya's daughter. And she expressed about how her father would be able to provide better medical care for their mother, and about how he may have been able to actually contact private physicians. They were well within their rights to release this to her and disclose this to her. I mean, they pulled it up on medical files. The woman was there as a secondary contact. They tried to call Mr. Midoriya to confirm, but they got nothing. And they went further with the assumption. I mean, they assumed that he was in the know. And Deku's gonna sit there. Him more alarmed, more annoyed. And right now, a person's gonna walk up, them bringing their hand out onto Deku, as a nurse does at least get to ask him if they can talk privately. Hmm? Do you have anything to know about this? I know quite a bit. Thank you. Deku gonna walk away, him and the woman walking to a private room. And right now the nurse does a turn and close the door, we're gonna lock it, we're gonna turn back. And Deku is gonna watch someone's face go from a happy, nice looking expression to dropping. Quite nice to see you again, Izuku. Who are you? It's me, your queen. Now, let's make things quite simple. I said I wanted to speak to you, see you again. So, let's make things quite apparent. You are in a situation. Your mother is on death's door. They're lying to you, you know. Her condition is far worse than you think. You're lying. Why would I lie to you? You are my king. Me and you will be great together and rule this world whenever it does get change. Aren't you happy about that? Right now, outside this room is a waiting room. Not packed, but getting there. Very soon, people will all have their powers. Be like him. She may not be physically as strong, but she does have her role to play. And she wants him to play his role. Finally take up the reins. Her gonna step forwards, and actually push herself into Deku, expressing. She wants her king to lay claim. She wants him to take control, help, be a part of something greater. What he's doing already is laughable. He's limiting himself, limiting his potential, limiting control of his own abilities. If they work together, they could rule the world, overthrow Tony Stark as one of the dominant players in the world's game, be rich, powerful, and live a life of luxury. I mean, all he'd have to do is come to her. He will have to anyways. If he wants her back, she'll make things quite clear. She'll drop his mother from the building. She'll kill her herself. If he does not come there tonight, come alone, and they can talk, have a chat, see how things go. And Deku, he does at least ball his hands in a fist, and he answers the woman honestly. He tells her that he'll go, and right now the woman is going to snap back to reality, her looking around a bit confused and dazed, her looking up towards Deku. What's going on? So that's really the situation with her? Yeah. Um, sorry. My head's so fuzzy today. Are you alright? No, no, I think I need to go. What what were we talking about? You tried to tell me about something, but you just stared off into space. Are you okay? Yes. No, no, I'm sorry. Listen, it's just a lot of weird things have been happening and I'm sorry. I never got your name. They're gonna walk over, unlocking the door and gonna walk out, expressing. He's gotta go. And the woman is a bit confused. Deku walking away as she's gonna stand there. Someone gonna look down at her hands. Her powers are definitely acting up. Okay, but is being spacey what comes with the tingle thing? I guess it makes sense, but mm, she'll just she'll go back to work and keep an eye on that. If it happens again, maybe actually check in and see about all this. Now, the heroes, they're currently doing quite a bit. They are getting New York sectioned off and trying to isolate this infection. They're not too sure if it's a good or a bad thing right now, but people are popping up and going about their day as normal. Some are fighting the police and some are trying to be heroes. But I mean, these vigilantes popping up, it's both good and bad for a multitude of reasons. The heroes have more people to work with and less strain, yes, but they also have more chaos. People who are on the same league as some heroes, and together they outmatch a lot. They're an army of spider people. And being a hero like Luke Cage in a city like that, that just makes it normal. And that means a number of things. Heroes are being pushed back by the public, and that causes more and more problems. And right now, a few people, they gather together because they want Spider-Man to have a few bits of trouble. Now, we do actually cut to Deku. Deku, he went to the apartment. He went to go see the Spider Queen. And Adriana, she was quite happy to see Deku whenever he knocked on the door and she answered. Her trying to ask exactly if he's doing quite alright. Him pushing into the room and telling her he wants to know where she is. Why? What? Why? Why wait on that? Listen, Izuku. I have your mother somewhere very secure. Her gonna turn and walk away, expressing. His mother is outside the danger zone. His mother is in a spot where she'll be well taken care of and looked after. Though, if she was gonna give the word, his mother will be killed. His mother is in one place he'll never search for her. He is in a position, her turning around and walking up, holding out a glass and expressing, she has his balls in a vice. At any point, she can just twist and pop. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to listen to her. Go over and sit down. They'll talk. They'll make sure things are made quite clear. And Deku is going to listen, walking over to a couch and going to sit down. And right now the Queen is going to ask, her using telepathy, getting inside of Deku's mind, if he's been alright. She can see it. The exhaustion, the fatigue, being tired. He is getting very, very poor sleep. Is she to blame for that? She can make things all better. Fix his brain, fix his mind. All he has to do is let her in. All he has to do is not fight so much. Is that so hard? She just wants to help Spider-Man. Spider-Man has been through quite a lot. He needs to release some of that pent-up aggression. And she does want to help. Deku going to knock by the glass, smashing it down and turning to her. Him yelling at her. He doesn't need her help. He's handled it for a long time. He has control of a lot of it. He just wants his freaking mother. Whatever game she wants to play, he doesn't want to be involved. Does she make that? Does she not understand it? Get that through her head. He wants her to leave him alone. Just get out of the city. Stop it. Whatever she's doing, it isn't a game. This is his mother. She's one of the only pieces of family he has left. I mean, Ben, Anya, all of them, they're missing. And right now he's worried about what might happen to Julia and Jessica. And even Kane himself. Even Cindy. Just leave them out of this. She wants him, right? They can make a deal. I'm sure we could. Her actually still gonna lean forwards. And right now Deku does a stare at her. Him still gonna lean his head back, as she's at least express, saying the words out loud. Her, very close to Deku's face. They can make a deal. But first she wants him to watch the screen. Watch what happens. Because she's very certain that this will make things quite clear. This will make things simple. Her gonna stand up and gonna walk around the couch. Her gonna press play as Deku does turn his head and look at the TV. The screen popping up. And right now Deku, he goes to see an unconscious woman. Her lying in a hospital bed. And Deku does go to see it. His mother. No. I'm about to go stand up. As she's going to bring her hands out onto his shoulders, informing him. Remain seated, please. A person walking in the frame. And Deku does see Ben. No. Ben? You have him. Shh. Stay focused. Listen to me. Now, Deku can feel his body reacting. The pheromones in his system, they're definitely strong. But no, he has to take action. He can't just sit here. He feels jelly in his knees. He needs to get up, but he can't stop watching. And Deku does a stare on, watching as Inko, she's gonna roll over. Her going to somewhat clutch at her stomach. And Deku does gonna watch as Kane, or Ben, brings his hand up. Him holding onto a syringe. And he's gonna actually walk around the bed, putting it up in what looks to be morphine, and injecting down the entire syringe. And Inko's vitals, they're going very, very steadily. There is a sound. Beep, beep, beep. But then it gets slower. It gets less frequent. And then the monitor goes flat. And Deku does go to watch. As Ben does go to walk over. Him going to hold up a phone and showing the time. And Deku can tell. This happened earlier this morning. While he was at a meeting this morning to discuss tech, they killed his mother. Ben killed his mother. Deku gritting his teeth and getting angry. Him immediately going to bring his hands down and jump up. I'm going to spin around as the Spider Queen does let out a loud sonic scream. And Deku, he goes to throw his hands up to his head, screaming out in pain. As right now Deku does throw up his leg, kicking the couch and breaking it. It being sent flying across the room as the Queen leaped backwards up into the air. Her attaching herself to the ceiling and going to express, as Deku does throw himself down to the ground, bringing his hands up. Her young out in his mind. She can make things better, make him understand things, let him see the world the way she does see it, connect him to the greater web. That's how things will be. Her jumping back down. As Deku, he sits there on his hands and knees, clutching at his ears. His ears are bleeding, and Deku does look up to the Queen, her watching the blood pour from his eyes and nose. And Deku, he does sit there, her bending down and going to express to him. There it is. Her bringing her hands up to his head, grabbing onto his face. And Deku, he goes to look up, but he doesn't feel anger. He feels warmth. Shh. Shh. It's all right. You're okay. I have you now. Her actually gonna lean in, and right now she's gonna kiss Deku. And Deku, he feels strange. His brain was full of anger, but his body was trying to tell him to calm down. That loud sonic scream, he felt it shake his entire system, disorient his brain and mess with his mind. But then there was that kiss. Sweet, tender. And her hands, they were just soft. He felt comfort. More comfort than he's felt in a long time. I mean, she killed his mom, but what was he thinking about again? That being on Deku's mind. As Deku, he sits there on all fours, and the Queen does pull her face back. Her so gonna smile, asking her king exactly if he feels better. And Deku does bring his hands out. Him gonna actually grab onto her and go to try and stand up. Him pulling her up into the air as Reno Deku to kiss her again. And Andriana, she actually is quite happy. Her king is finally arrived, and she has him right where she wants him. Now, there currently is Cindy. Cindy tried to talk to Deku, wait for him to respond to her, see how he was doing. She knows that he had a stressful meeting today, and he went to go see his mother, but he should have been back home already. He should have been okay. I mean, yeah, maybe he's taking a second or helping Kane, but he should have called or texted, right? Is he okay? Um, where, where's Izuku? Her isn't gonna fumble with her fingers. And right now, Cindy, she's left alone in the apartment. Because right now her husband, he's been pulled into the spider's web. The spider's game, and Madam Web can feel a great disturbance. There is something wrong. And she needs to discover what it is. Discover what it is doing. And right now, she has to send out somebody. She sends out one of her allies to discover what exactly is going on. Madam Web has done quite a bit. Madam Web is doing some things to try and get things back in order. Try and keep the peace. And hopefully that peace, it is not disturbed. Because the Queen, she may be dangerous. Madame Web wants to know what she's doing. Her plans are strange, violent, and chaotic. She wants to take over New York City as an example, and then spread her influence to the rest of the world. An entire colony. That is what the world will become. Her colony. But it also does disturb her. She's after Izuku. And Izuku, he's taking time off. But now he's vanished. She tried to talk to Cindy, but no response. Nothing. And then there was Kane. Kane and Ochako. The two were left alone. And Cindy got more worried. Her husband disappeared, along with his mother. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.